Today I'm making a mini hand drill, small enough to fit in your pocket, and maybe poke a hole in your patience too. So let's begin. First, I sketched out the drill frame on a piece of aluminum alloy, clamped it in the Gressel vise, and sliced off the sides with a hacksaw, like trimming metal toenails, but louder, and sanded the edges on the belt grinder. Turned those rough cuts into silky curves, kind of like metal skincare. Next, I drilled a hole in the frame for the chuck, straight, steady, and surprisingly not a disaster. Then glued the frame onto the lathe spindle, gave it a little spin, straightened it out like I was fixing its posture. The chuck fit perfectly in the hole, like it was meant to be. Then I marked the gear dimensions on the frame, like a tiny engineer with big plans. And then I cut along the markings and fitted the gear onto the chuck shaft, clicked in like it was made for each other. Metal soulmates, basically. Next up, the mighty mini drive wheel. Marked the center, drilled it, and slid it in with a shaft, almost smooth enough to impress an actual engineer, or at least make them raise one eyebrow instead of both. Marked the dimensions on a steel sheet for the handle arm, and cut it like I was carving steak. Drilled the handle arm, then fit it onto the drive wheel using a screw, which went in surprisingly smooth. Mounted a round wood piece onto the lathe spindle, fresh off the might-be-useful pile, and started shaping it into a proper handle, and then fitted it onto the handle arm using a screw. Lined it up, tightened it down. The final step, giving the drill handle a leather frame. Marked the outline on the leather like a wannabe fashion designer, then cut out nice and slow, pretending every snip was part of some high-end custom order. Rounded the sides of the frame a bit, using a steel file, then hit it with some sandpaper to smooth out the rough vibes. After that, gave a massage on the cotton buffing wheel, and boom, that glossy glow showed up like it was late to the party, but still stole the spotlight. All the parts are finally ready. Glued the leather frames onto the drill handle like a craftsman with a glue addiction, slid in the gear, then the chuck, and tightened the screw like I meant business. Next, slid in the wheel shaft, gave it a good tighten, added the handle arm, screwed it onto the wheel, and popped on the wooden handle. Gave it a test spin, and yep, it's working just fine. Smooth, solid, and surprisingly not falling apart. Now for the grand finale. Added the drill bit, took a proud pause, and boom, mission officially successful. Now the drill's finally up and running, working just like I imagined. Maybe even better. The gears are spinning, the chuck's holding strong, and the handle's smoother than my last haircut. Feels like I just built a mini beast. What do you guys think of this build? Tell me in the comment section, and make sure to follow for more. Peace.